You will know when it's time to move. You will feel when it's time to move and to take the next step. And I speak to this because I experienced this with myself at this time in my life, and I have many examples where I was feeling unsure because I felt like nothing happens, and yeah, but I knew that that this was an important time for me to settle and to do nothing, because a lot was happening in the background and I was feeling like I was prepared for receiving all the things that were about to come or that came into my life. And the time where I did nothing was so necessary to rest and to also to learn about myself and to learn about or to discover what I truly want. And the period in my life, or the periods in my life where I was feeling like I have to move, but I felt like there is nothing intrinsic or like from internal that I have the feeling that it's the right time to move. It was like my head said or told me that I have to move, but here in my heart, it felt like, no, Laetitia, it's not the time. And I learned to trust this feeling. And what I recognized is that when I stood still in those times where my head was like really anxious or said, I have to take steps, I have to take action, but it remains still here in this area, then I knew and I had the experience that when I trusted this feeling, that there would come, or there always came a time and a point where I knew which step to take. There was no, or maybe I should do this or that. It was like really clear. It was my head always, when my head says that I have to go and have to take action, but this remains still, then my head is acting out of an anxious feeling that I might miss something, or like also fear of missing out is an example for that, I would say. And it's always from a place of anxiousness that I could miss something, or that I could miss the right timing or something like that. And it's like when I act out of this position, out of this feeling, then it's like very confusing, I would say, and the actions are not as focused, and I have to spend a lot of energy in figuring out what is my path and what to do exactly, because there are a lot of options and my head says, oh, choose this one, and it's very in the logical mind, and sometimes this is good. Sometimes it's really good to listen to your head or to your mind and hear what your mind says. But especially in life-changing or like big decisions, I had the experience that when my head told me I have to go, I have to take action, but I felt that I have to wait, and there was not the feeling that some decision was in front of me and I should do this. But it was like there are a lot of options, but nothing that touches my heart, I would say. Then those are options where my limiting beliefs would act on, or the past version of me would act on those opportunities in front of me. But the new version that I'm including into my life or building in my life, this version doesn't align with those opportunities anymore. And this is the point where I would say maybe, yeah, that's the point, maybe, because your head would act because it's safe to take this job offer, to move to this apartment because it's the logical reasons speak for this apartment or this job offer or this relationship. But when your heart and or your gut feeling or the feeling you have within doesn't align with it, then that's the sign, I would say, or in my experience, it's the sign that this is not aligned with me. And when I stood still in those times and became comfortable with almost boredom or very, the feeling of wanting to act but knowing that it's not the time for it. When I stood with this feeling of uncertainty is the key word, that you don't know what's about to come, but you know that the opportunities in front of you are not aligned with you anymore, because your heart or your head might say, yeah, that's the right thing to do, but it's on logical reasons from the past version or the limiting belief and acting out of afraid mode or survival mode, that you think you have to take this apartment and you have to act on it. But here it remains quiet, and because there's already a version of you that knows that other things will come. And yeah, when I waited and didn't act on the first opportunity that seemed like a good thing to do, then I waited and it felt so uncertain at times. It does feel uncertain right now because I have I feel I have so much energy to do and to create, but I'm not sure in which thing I should invest my energy. And that's okay for now, because I'm learning a lot of skills right now, and there is a lot that I can learn that will benefit me in the places I will be in. And maybe there will be one thing that I can invest my energy completely in, but maybe it will also be spreaded. And the things that I do in this uncertain phase in my life, where I'm not sure where to move, which action to take, I'm sure about it because I know which actions to take, but not the big life-changing things that I wish for, or things that I wish to happen which I don't see happening. And that's okay, because I feel that the things I do right now, they prepare me for the phase where those things flow into my life and I take the opportunities, and opportunities are shown to me which are aligned with the version that I'm creating right now and the building right now. And so I would say I have an example for this whole topic, where it really became clear for me that I can trust my gut. I can trust whoever you believe in, maybe also God. You can trust God, that God will speak to you when it's time to move, time to take the action, time to take the job offer. Or the universe will show it to you, or your instincts, your intuition. Especially as women, we have such a strong intuition, and you can trust it, and you can learn to trust it more and more with each little decision in the everyday life, but also in life and huge decisions. With time, you will trust your instincts more and more. And there's one example, like I went out of college in the 11th grade because I felt that I don't want to continue school, because I wanted to do something practical, to do with something with my hands, to create something which I can touch, which I can see, like projects where I'm seeing what I'm doing and not only consuming information and putting it on paper when the exams come and stuff. So I wanted to build something with my hands, and I wanted to build something with the visions I had and the ideas in my mind, and create art. I would say explore creativity, explore my creativity again. And I had a vision of it. I had exactly a feeling that I knew which school it would be. I didn't knew the school or the opportunities at that point. I didn't even know that it was design that I would study. I just knew that the path I was on, being in school, wasn't aligned with me anymore. And that was the thing that I knew, and that I want to build something and create something and do something practical, to do something with my hands and create. That was what I knew. So there wasn't much. I didn't knew that I want to study design, and so I was uncertain about what was coming. But I had a feeling, I had a vision. I knew, like, I had ideas in my head. I had a feeling for what was about to come, but I didn't knew how it would look like. I didn't knew where to find the informations, but I took steps. I took steps in the direction of finding out what it could be like, or where I could be living and studying, or gaining work experience in those areas. So what I could do, I was taking step by step. I was searching in the internet which could fit for me. So, and then I went into jobs or into companies for like a few days or a few weeks for an experience of how it would be there. And there was one school that had a design apartment that seemed logical, really good, and exactly that what I wanted, and the best opportunity at this moment. But internally, my logic mind said, jump in it and do it and take this opportunity and go there. But something didn't felt aligned. It was like, my logical mind was, yeah, okay, that's it. But I felt that this wasn't aligned with me, because I had a feeling of what it would look like and what it would feel like, especially which people I would be surrounded with. And yeah, so I didn't took this opportunity, and I researched for, I think, 1 or 2 months. And then I found 2 academies, and one of those felt so aligned. Like, it was exactly the feeling that I was internally already feeling the whole time. But then I was there and was at that place, being with the people there and seeing which offers they have, like where I can create and which projects I would create and work on. And then I knew that this is the thing that I would do. And I'm like, I could have acted out of this limiting belief that there wouldn't come any better things or any better opportunities, and go to the school that felt logical for my mind. But then I wouldn't be able to do what I do now, because I took the step to stay in the uncertain phase and not exactly knowing what to do, but knowing that, or trusting, I would say, developing faith and looking for opportunities and bringing myself out on places and researching. And then I found the thing, and it felt so aligned. And the thing is that when it's time to act, you will know. It's not like, oh, should I do it or should I leave it? When it's clear, it's clear. And the feeling that I have is that 99% of opportunities, or like a huge percent of opportunities, they don't feel aligned, and that's confusing because it's not a maybe anymore. It's not like, oh, I could do this maybe, but I would say 90% or 99% of opportunities and things in my environment, I feel like, no, that's not for me. That's not the thing for me. And there are things where I'm like, yeah, that's completely the thing, and that's a step to take, and that's 100% yes for me. So you will know when it's not the thing for you, and you will also know when it's time to move and to take that opportunity and to go into that place and to encounter with those people, to meet those people. You will know it, you will feel it, it will align with your heart, you will know it, just simply you will know it, but take the time in the uncertain phase and get comfortable with being uncomfortable in this uncertain phase where you don't know what's about to come, but maintain and have faith or take steps every single day that will bring you closer to this. And don't be afraid of the boredom, of feeling bored or not knowing what will come, but it will come, and you will know it. You will definitely know it. And yeah, so hold on with this and only step when it feels aligned, and then you will know it. I swear, you will feel it. Yeah.